That's right.
It is a beautiful, special Sabo Standard Day, my Sabronis. Not only do we have the original CamDog, but we have Miss Junior CamDog. We have an absolute legend in the game. First place in the bracket challenge up until the ending of the Duke game. Still got a chance, but my favorite of all the Camerons by far. You are number one. Your mother would be second place. Cosmo is third, and then your father.
I was gonna say Cosmo. Yeah.
Yeah, your father falls into fourth place.
That's odd because usually Cosmo's number one.
Well, I've only got to pet Cosmo one time, so your wife came to my house once. That was very kind of her.
But Cosmo has smelled your crotch before.
He did, and he liked it too.
You done that before too, though, Dad? Like,
we're not here to talk about that.
Okay.
Macie, I am so happy that you have joined us and want to one up your father when it comes to your March Madness takes and
yes, it's been a fun time so far, and there's still some ball to play. So
there is still some ball to play. And Macie, I don't know if you know this, but we are now, you and I together are going to be future alumni of BG together. You know that?
Wait, actually, when did we go to BG?
Right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so, go Falcons. We have Eddie George. What else do we have to say?
The land of Eddie George.
Go Buckeyes. Go Steelers.
Yeah.
Ooh, Macie, you would know that Sabo went to Bowling Green if you watched the podcast.
That is
true.
You're
right. I'm totally not in nursing school or attending Bowling Green State University or anything.
No excuses. We have plenty of things going on in our lives and we make it work. But Macie wanted to join tonight because she was leading the pack for a good amount of time. We're in the top 5 of this bracket challenge, which, by the way, finished with 111 brackets for a grand prize of $555. Scott, you won 3 years ago. You finished in the top 5 2 of the last 3 years or something like that. And right now you are back to being on the top, which I don't like, but it is what it is. Macie, you were doing well until this last game.
Yeah, she's doing fine. She's doing fine. What are you talking about? She's number 4.
I know, but does she have a chance to win still? Did it give her
Okay. So here's how the bracket is going down, okay?
I should probably get pulled up.
You could probably pull it up, but I know you already struggled with the 111 brackets. 110, 111? Is that $555? I
did not struggle with the math.
No,
all right,
didn't.
Discalculable. All right, so anyways, if Arizona wins, John Renner, Mr. JROTC boy, he has Michigan over Arizona, obviously, and then he has Duke over Illinois. So his points, he's pretty much done. I have UConn in the final, okay? So as long as Michigan keeps winning, I'm good. Now, my boy Josh Clevenger, my neighbor from across the way, if he has UConn winning. So if UConn wins and they win out, then he obviously wins. But Macie, she has Arizona. And if Arizona wins out, then she wins the grand prize. So basically, John Renner has no chance of winning at this point because we have the same thing and have more points. And he doesn't have a way to earn more points than me. So it's basically a 3-horse race. Me, Macie, and old JC.
Now notice how he had to kind of sit down and he really had to study this and all of the outcomes. He's very into this.
There is one other person, Mr. Avery Gross, and I don't know who Avery is. He sent his Venmo. He entered his bracket in. Avery, if Arizona wins it all in UConn, he beats UConn, then he wins. So Macie, you need Illinois. If Arizona beats Illinois, Avery Gross.
Who the heck is that?
You don't listen to what I just said. I just said I don't know, but he paid his money. He entered in. He got everything done in time.
Yeah,
Gamers Gross.
Gamers next
Gross
game.
doesn't have a chance.
I'm not worried about it.
He has Arizona over. Let's see. Hold on. He has Arizona. He has UConn over. Yeah, so he does have UConn in the finals, but so do I. So,
it gets down to if it's Michigan and UConn, then yes, you would win. If it's UConn and whoever Michigan's going to play, off the top of my head. Arizona.
Michigan. Arizona. Yep.
Then Macie has a chance.
Listen, all I want the Illinois Fighting Illini, which there's teams where I'm wondering, like, how did they escape the whole, like, cancellation thing? Like the Kansas City Chiefs and how they still do the, whoa, like them, the Fighting Illini. It's like, the Florida State Seminoles, places survived the whole cancel culture thing. But I'm a big Illini fan, and of course, here's the thing. If Illinois beats UConn, the old JC is eliminated. As long as Michigan wins, I win.
Honestly, though, I respect when teams like Illinois, like, get this far because, like, what do you do in Illinois? You play basketball and you, like, have kids with your sister. Like, that's literally all you do. So it's like, at least you, like, kind of go far in one thing.
This isn't the SEC.
Yeah.
No. No, you have to respect it, though.
That's why she's an only child.
Yeah. Hey, I'm looking at one of the other brackets I filled out. And this is where I get so frustrated myself. It is my Arizona bracket. It is in the 98.6 percentile. My max points is 1570, and so if I would have put this one in the pool, this would have had the chance over Macie and over my friend or our new friend of Avery. So I'm very frustrated myself right now by not putting that one in there.
Why didn't you put it in there?
I don't know, Scott. I don't know why I decided to not put that one in there.
His heart didn't feel it. Yeah, his heart didn't feel it.
Let's see where Sabo is. Do you want to look where Sabo is?
I'm in the top 50 now. My UConn one is in the top 50. I did get up there. So
what about your Houston one? Oh, 106.
The Houston one is not great.
Listen, I don't know. Do you know who Kingston Johnson is?
I do know my friend Kingston. Yes, my friend Kingston. He I think he thought it was a college football bracket.
Yeah, so. I think so. What about Kyle Faust?
Oh, don't diss on my boy Fausty.
He put Nebraska. Good. Who puts Nebraska into winning?
If Nebraska would have won, he would have guaranteed himself the money.
Sure. Just like if someone would have picked, what was the team that beat Wisconsin? High Point. They would have won.
Listen, if my aunt had lady parts, she'd be my uncle.
Exactly. I think about that a lot.
She's probably from Illinois.
Yeah. Hey, I'm looking at that bracket that I was just talking about. I had my South region one game wrong, and that was Nebraska over Iowa. Other than that bracket that region was perfect. And again, I didn't put it in the dang pool. Oh, that's gonna sit at me for the rest of my life. No,
really?
It could have been.
It's not.
No, it could have been.
On your deathbed, you're like, man, I should have put those brackets in. 2026 March Madness. And then you take your last breath. Yeah.
Yeah, Nebraska. The Huskers.
So, who's been your most surprising team of the tournament then that you've seen?
You know what? Honestly, I think UConn today pulling. We'll go in depth with the UConn game in a second. That game today, the comeback, being down as much as they were at 19, really surprised me. I didn't think that they had them in them to be able to come back that far. I really like how Purdue played up until the second half of last night's game.
Yeah.
I really kind of expected them to maybe stumble with Miami potentially. My wife actually Kelly had Purdue, so she was in first place at one point yesterday until they lost. But even that Texas win the other night, like that was an impressive fight to the end win. Get the miss the layup, put the back in, and they were up on Arizona by a good amount yesterday and just couldn't play a full game. They went really cold that second half, and so obviously Iowa's can be everybody's like kind of like, oh my gosh, how did that team and they play hard. I mean, those dudes in Iowa, they played their butts off. Illinois just has the size that they just couldn't match up with. I mean, there's been a lot of really fun teams, and basically all that I said right there was Big Ten, other than UConn. And by the way, St. John's, they played them so tough. And you and I talked last week about how that game we could have saw that going either way. Like we were on the fence about it. We both picked Duke, but we both said that we would not be surprised if St. John's got the win. And then I sent you that video afterwards of Pitino, and I know there's controversy with him at Louisville and the scandals and all that stuff, and he's not been the only coach in the last 25 years to have something like that. But when he talks, people listen, and they played well. They played hard. They played really well. They pushed Duke to the very limit, and they showed some flaws that UConn took advantage of in the second half.
Have you ever seen the movie The Devil's Advocate? It's an old movie from like the late 90s, early 2000s. As Al Pacino as the devil. And if they redo that movie, Rick Pitino needs to be the devil. He's like, let me tell you something that you don't understand. He
didn't exist when that came out, so.
That's my elbow. I gotta wear a brace on my elbow because I'm 85 years old.
And his gout. Don't get him started on his gout either.
That's right. I had a kidney stone once too. Hey, so for me, you mentioned some really good things. I agree. Macie, you picked Tennessee, right?
I did, and I was just going to say that was my shocking team. The fact that they made it that far. Honestly, I picked them on vibes. Like, that's kind of what I did. I don't really keep up with college basketball. I watch Ohio State, and that's it. Like, I watch Ohio State, and half the reason I watch Ohio State is because of Devin Royal. So, Devin Royal, if you're watching this is me shooting my official shot in marriage.
He left.
No, but seriously, I really don't.
He's transferring, though.
I don't want to talk about that right now. Anyways, but no, I picked Tennessee based on vibes because, like, yay, I love Tennessee. I want to, like, live there or whatever. Am I going to? Probably not. But yeah, no, the fact that they actually really helped me. So I guess, like, that's just a girl's intuition type of thing. So
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, they ran into Michigan, and Michigan is playing well these last few. You and I were down on Michigan, and we talked about the easy path. Now, this path was still easy comparatively to kind of some of these other ones. I'm very much looking forward to the Arizona game. I think that Michigan-Arizona could very well be the de facto national championship game. If they beat Arizona, they could beat Illinois, they beat UConn, either way. But I think that Arizona is going to be obviously their biggest test in a very, very, very long time. I don't even think that, like, the Purdue Big Ten championship game is going to be as intense as what this will be for them. And they literally got handed this path of Howard, St. Louis, Bama, and then a Tennessee team who, let's face it, vibes or not, like, as a 6th seed, they weren't expected to be there in Michigan. It's not like they had to go through a Houston or the UConns, the Dukes, even a Michigan State to get to that point.
Well, and when you mentioned Iowa State not doing well in tournaments, but they were down one of their better players too, and so unlucky on their part. The team that surprised me the most was Iowa. They didn't particularly do super well towards the end of the season, but they just played really solid defense. They made their jump shots, and they played good fundamental basketball, and they put together a nice little run, and something they should be proud of. I told you, Illinois is a hard team to beat. They play a very European style of basketball, and if I'm UConn, UConn has they have the size down low, but I don't think they have the athleticism down low to stop Illinois. The way they drive the ball, and they're big men pass like guards. And that is it's a very European style basketball, and teams that are not used to that struggle with that, and that's why they are in the Final Four. And to be honest, I could see them beating UConn, and I think they'll give Michigan a potential run for their money. So actually, I didn't even look that up. Michigan.
Did you mean Arizona?
No, Yeah, well, I think either one. To be honest, it's just such an unconventional style.
That's going to be the game for sure. Is Michigan, Arizona? Like, Michigan is just so scrappy. Like, as much as I hate them, they are so scrappy, and they're able to take anything and go with it. Like, and then Arizona, I feel like everything they do is so smooth that I've, like, watched in the tournament. They make it look just effortless. Like, the Purdue game, like, okay, I hate Purdue basketball, mostly because they're just these giant men that they look like they picked them up in like Amish country or something and shipped them out and made them play basketball. Like
LeBron James.
No, like they actually irritate me. But even though like Purdue was able to come back against Arizona still like kind of kept their calm and just made it look so much like effortless compared to Purdue. Like they're just so naturally, they just have good chemistry, I think.
The way that Arizona came back last night, they get to the basket so effortlessly. And Purdue, as big as their big men are, they couldn't box out. They didn't want to box out, and Arizona was able to get every second chance point they wanted to. They played physical, they played fast, and that is. And at this point in time, obviously, I'm not rooting for Michigan in any capacity. I am a big Arizona fan next week. Yeah, I know you are. Yeah, you sicko. You freaking sicko picking the team up north. Ugh.
Yeah,
we are big Arizona fans around here, and I think that the way they play, like if they play like that a full game, it's gonna be a fun game. It will definitely be a good matchup on Saturday.
Ew.
Yeah, I think you're right. And here's the thing that you saw, I think, in the Arizona and Purdue game. Purdue has fantastic guards, and they do drive well, but you saw the big difference in size. And the Purdue guards, they're great, and they have long reach and everything else, but they're just plain small.
Yeah.
Sorry. And that's
for Arizona,
what Michigan
it wasn't
has.
an offensive game. It wasn't an offensive game for Arizona. It was all getting back on defense and stopping them from their giant men scoring. And once they started to get on that and completely stop it, it was effortless from there. So
yeah, yep. So I do think the real championship game is going to come out of the Arizona Michigan winner.
I agree.
Illinois, UConn can play. I think Illinois can play. Michigan's size, they have the way that Michigan's big man, what's his name, Mara, right? Mara. Yeah, if he stays out of foul trouble, that's the big if. If he stays out of foul trouble, which he's prone to getting himself into that, then they will kill everyone from here on out. But if he gets in foul trouble against Arizona's
it's very dependent on the ambiguity of the refs. What are they going to allow from him? What are they going to set off? That's it. It's going to change the entire game for sure.
See, she comes on. She brings some real, she brings a little bit of pick and vibes, but she brings some good analytic, some good X and O's knowledge that you just don't always provide for us.
Well, and that is one thing that they did talk about last night in the games was how the second half of the game last night was called very differently from the first half. And so there is the ability to adjust. But I think where we are right now, the four teams that are left are very well coached, and you can tell that. In Illinois, Illinois has the ability to offensive rebound, and the way they play, they can draw fouls. I just see that being a potential problem for UConn. So I would be okay with an all Big Ten national title game, but I know a lot of people around the nation would hate it.
Yeah. Real quick, Duke and UConn. That shot, just the first off, Duke had it. I mean, you have the ball in the half court with under 10 seconds, so they didn't need to rush. And Boozer just makes a bad decision, tries to make a bad pass, and UConn rallies around it. That's not even a Steph Curry shot. That is a logo three. Falls in, and that is one of those shots that's going to live on in college basketball, history forever. Duke had a chance. I mean, this was. I don't know if it's as good as last year's team that made the Final Four with Cooper Flagg, but this was a darn good Duke team, and Shire had his. This was the year for him, and he's going to go get more 5-star guys. But when you have a guy like Cameron Boozer and even his brother, who might not be as good, but is pretty good, and that team is talented all around, and they fall again. The Dukies fall again.
I think about what are like.
Have words.
Go ahead.
I still don't have words.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I was on 75. I was coming back to Bowling Green from Marion. Yeah. I was 10 minutes away. My dad sent that message to our group chat because I was keeping up with the score. So I'm like, just in case, they're up 15, it's fine. And then literally, I got off the highway when there was like 3 minutes left. I was like, okay, I gotta watch this. It's gonna be a great game. And it was nuts. I have no comments at this time. I mean, that's just straight, like, I mean, that's aura. That's aura right there. Like, seriously, there's vibes. No other word. No other word to describe it. Like,
vibes right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me.
This is March.
So Macie and I, we were at a birthday lunch dinner thing, and we were watching the game first half in the restaurant, and it was ugly, and I was like, oh man. So I was like, well, my Duke bracket could win if this, if that, but so that's why I said at 6:02, I still have a chance. Arizona has to beat Michigan, and then Duke has to beat Arizona. Basically, if Arizona goes to championship game, then the Camerons are going to win either way. That's still probably true. And then at 7:04, I'm driving home, and I heard it in the background. You know, I was listening to it on XM, and it goes, down to 7 points. I'm like, what? So I get on there, and I said, hold up. And Macie said, what's going on? UConn back within 3.
Yeah, because I was extremely confused. That's my actual reaction. Because up to this point, like, I'm already sweating. My heart rate was probably like 115. I'm like, oh my gosh, we have ourselves a ball game here. And like, I think the Marion Mystics third grade team.
It wasn't the Mexican fan.
Okay, I think the Marion Mystics third grade basketball team I was on could have handled the full court pressure better than how they did at the end. Like, I mean, it's just like it was just in the moment, like, got overwhelmed and just made a terrible mistake. Yes. And then from there, like, I mean,
freshman mistake.
You can't fix the shot that he took. You can't. Like, I mean, that's just like completely out of your hands at that point. But you can handle
straight up vibes right there.
Yes, but you can handle not getting to that point. Let them make the mistake. Let them foul you, and you handle your business. Don't put the fault on you. Let them make the mistake, and they didn't. So
there's 10 seconds left. All they had to do, they could have dribbled around on that end of the court and won the game.
They could have
Instead, they made a freshman mistake. Yeah.
Yep.
That's all they had to do.
Freshman mistake. Yep.
When I got gas and I got home and there was like a minute and a half left. Okay, I take the gas out of them.
We know.
Yeah, I was like, was it the Mexican or like what are we talking about?
Yeah, settle down heart rate. So I got the gas out of my car, you know, and I'm watching the game in the background, and all of a sudden it gets down to 2 points. I'm like, I want to watch this on TV, but by the time I go in, turn on YouTube TV, blah 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 blah, I'm gonna miss it. So I'm sitting there with watching on my phone in my driveway. They get it within 2, and they make that pass to the coffin corner. I was like, oh, that's not good. Second pass, and then they gave it to Boozer, and Boozer passes and tips, and I go, oh no. Bang, and step right into the shot. Perfect form. He nails that, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I was going insane.
The car started rolling.
My neighbors were probably like, something wrong. I run up to the deck, and my wife comes out. She goes, are you okay? I didn't hear the chainsaw or anything. I was worried. Are you okay? I'm like, no, it's amazing. UConn just made. She didn't care as much.
I'm sure she did not.
I cared, but she didn't.
Yeah.
So aren't you glad that you don't have a flip phone anymore so you can watch the game on your phone? I know you just got rid of it a couple years ago, but...
I haven't had a flip phone in 10 years.
That's some food for thought, though.
I did have a flip phone up until, like, what,
19?
Oh, it wasn't 19.
He had one in 2022 when I started working with him.
I had a Razor.
Hey, all right, Rabbit. I want to move off college basketball. I want to get into some other things real quick before CamDog's conversation. So, rapid fire. Macie, you're first. UConn or Illinois?
UConn.
Michigan, Arizona.
Flip a coin. I'm going to say Arizona because I need Arizona, but either team, it could be.
And then Arizona over UConn, I'm going to assume for you?
I think Arizona. They're too hot right now.
Okay, Cameron?
Which one?
UConn,
Which
Illinois.
Game? You didn't? Oh, UConn, Illinois. Knee-jerk reaction, Illinois. They play very unconventional basketball, and UConn just happened to get lucky. You might say they're a team of destiny. I think they got lucky that Duke made a dumb mistake.
I don't disagree with you on that part. Arizona, Michigan.
I need Michigan.
I know you're rooting for Michigan, but make your pick. All right, so Michigan.
I'm gonna pick Michigan, just because their length and experience.
Okay, and then who's winning it all for you?
I think Michigan's already shown they can handle Illinois during the regular season. they match up well as long as Mara stays out of foul trouble. If Mara gets in foul trouble, Illinois can make that a game.
Yeah.
All right, and I agree with Macie. I'm going UConn over Illinois. You're right. Duke found a way to give it to them, but I still think UConn's a really good team. Illinois has played really, really, really great this entire tournament, but the better team is going to win this one overall. That's UConn. Arizona is going to beat Michigan, and then I agree Arizona's going to win it all, and Bronny James is going to be a national champion in his first year.
Oh, my gosh.
With Arizona. All right, let's move on. Did you see over the weekend that the Ohio State pistol team, not as a one-time champion, not a two-time champion, not a 3, not a 4, not a 5, but they are now 6 times in a row national champions with the Pistols, shooting the Pistols. Why can't we just be Pistol fans and not like football fans? Imagine living large as a Pistol fan, knowing that your Buckeyes 6 times in a row are national champions.
Listen, I'm going to go ahead and shoot this down, but...
Like what you did there. I like what you did there.
Yeah, it's right. Here's the thing: if they can, if Diebler goes over to coach the Pistol team, they'll probably end up losing.
They'd miss every shot they
most
take.
likely.
And 2 or 3 shooters will probably leave, just like basketball. 2 or 3 shooters have left.
Yep. And then the Columbus Aviators are in their first game tonight as a UFL team. They are down 9-6 to the Orlando Storm at halftime. Ted Ginn Jr., Ohio State legend, is the head coach of the Aviators. We didn't talk about this when this team kind of got announced, but what do you think about a football team in Columbus wearing blue? And I like their uniforms. I think the colors thing is sick, but I don't love a Columbus football team wearing blue.
Who else wears blue that's in Columbus?
The Blue Jackets, but they're not football.
It's at least it's blue. What do you think, Mace?
I don't think it's that deep, but also there's so many other colors to pick from. Let's be creative. Hello.
Exactly.
That's true. And hey, have you watched the Blue Jackets?
No, I don't watch hockey. This is not a hockey show. This is
you didn't even watch the Olympics?
Oh, I mean, we talked that. We did talk the Olympics, but this is a football only show or a sports show where we talk all sports except for like hockey and tennis and curling and we basically talk football and basketball and the occasional pickleball. We'll be talking Masters next weekend though. Talking some Masters next weekend.
That sounds like a snooze fest. Great.
Yeah, well, you don't listen to them anyway, whether it's a snooze fest or not. So
I had to start tomorrow with my wife. Well, how's that song go again?
This is why our viewers went down.
I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And
are you gonna watch UFL football?
The men who died and they played air hockey.
Scott Phillips Helm Cameron. Pay attention.
America. Woo!
Are you gonna watch the UFL?
Watched a little bit, not this season. Last season when they played, I watched a little bit. Once I kind of get that craving, we get to desperate measures, and I have put it on the TV a couple times.
It's nice to have football on. Like I don't pay attention to standings and stuff, but I do. I just love football. I love having some football on.
Kick, a little something.
Yep.
So
it's like the little piece of chocolate.
We had a 4-point play yesterday. We had the 4-point kick yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, I think one thing, the attractiveness about the UFL is the different rules and stuff. If you watch that, it gives a wrinkle, so it's not... It makes the bad quality of football tolerable to watch.
Correct.
It's like the Savannah Bananas for football.
No. Savannah Bananas is like the Harlem Globetrotters, like...
That's true. That's a good simile. Yeah, I understand.
Your dad would love being a Savannah Banana. He'd just be in the outfield twerking the entire time, and he'd love it.
I was gonna say he would definitely be the one shaking his butt, and he shouldn't be doing that.
I'd always be injured.
Then he'd hurt his elbow and be like, "Oh, guys, I'm out." All right, it is the 30-minute mark. Let's get into your CamDogs conversations. That way we can get Macie back to her studies and this and that. I have an episode to go watch of a TV series.
What? Desperate Housewives or whatever?
Oh, I started. All right, we really want to talk about. I started DTF St. Louis on HBO Max. It is phenomenal. If you love a good murder mystery, DTF St. Louis. Jason Bateman, David Harbour.
Jason Batman.
No, Jason Bateman, David Harbour. It is a fun series. I've enjoyed it a lot through 4 episodes. Tonight is a big one. Fine. Get closer to solving the murder mystery.
Okay, Dr. House. All right,
okay,
so here's the deal.
Like...
Okay, so my buddy, who I play pickleball with, Reverend Tom Duncan, who's the executive pastor at New Life Church in Nazarene, which I attend. I knew he collected baseball cards.
Just giving the plug right now.
Sponsor, by the way.
Big Tom.
Yeah. Where's the money? Show me the money.
I don't think it works that way.
Also, all of this week's offerings are going towards the Sabo Standard.
Yeah.
I'm looking for lightning to hit Mr. Sabo. Anyways, okay. So I knew he collected baseball cards and stuff, and I'm always trying to look for people who have junk wax laying around because I've collected baseball cards when I was a kid. Did you collect baseball cards when you were a kid, Sabo?
I went through a short phase where I did football cards. I had some football cards. Didn't get into it too much. I don't have them anymore. I guarantee they are not anywhere in my possession at all, but went through a small phase of it as a kid.
Okay, so there was, when I was a kid, as Macie has pointed out many times before, we weren't poor growing up, but we were definitely tight on money and cheap in some regards, just trying to sustain life and everything. There was one kind of baseball card that was just way too expensive, and you couldn't find it. It was too expensive, couldn't get it. 1992 Bowman, okay? Hard to find stuff. Jumbo packs are on eBay for like $40. Well, Tom was like, yeah, I got some packs and stuff like that, and talking about 89 Upper Deck, da-da-da-da-da. He has a bunch of stuff, older stuff. No, newer stuff, but not as much older stuff. But he has 3 packs of 92 Bowman, like $20 a pop. And he's like, yeah, I'll sell it to you for $50. So I got to relive part of my childhood today that I never got to live as a kid. And so I'm getting these 1992 Bowman, and it's a thing of glory. I mean, oh, it was so beautiful. I got a Randy Johnson. I got a Greg Sheffield.
Okay, what does this have to do with your conversation?
Okay, so my thing is, what was your favorite?
My goodness.
What's your favorite card? Did you have a card that you collect? You already kind of said football. Did you have a particular brand, or was there something that you collected as a kid that, and other than toenails? I know you told me about you collected toenails, right? Like you'd go up to people in like Walmart, the YMCA, and clip their toenails. Come here, Grandma. And it's so
he wants to mock me. He's got clippers right there, disposal.
Literally, he has Mary Poppins' purse. Where did he just pull that out from?
He just pulled out of his belly button.
No, seriously.
But here's the thing. So, did you have something? Did you have a brand or a thing that you collected when you were a kid that you really enjoyed and you would really like to, like, man, if I could do that again, I would get that.
I did not collect football cards very long, and it's not something I don't remember the brand. I just remember I don't know, 9, 10, 11 maybe, like right when I got into when I was really nice getting into football, but it wasn't something I loved. I didn't get into Pokemon much. I did play the Yu-Gi-Oh game back in the day with the boys, me and my young friends when I was a little kid, but even that, like I have no desire to get back into that. When I was in high school and out of high school, I was a big sneaker guy. I don't know if you know that about me. I was a big sneaker guy. Ran a pretty big sneaker business out of my home. I had 75 plus pairs for my own self. I sold and traded and cleaned up shoes. I remember one month, it was in April. I had 41 packages in and out of my house that month. Every single day was another shoe getting delivered. Didn't wear all of them, cleaned a lot of them up, traded a lot of them, sold a lot of them. I once spent $2,100 on a pair of Yeezys. They were Yeezy Red Octobers. They were not my size. I cleaned them up and I sold them, made some cash off that. But again, even just now at this point in my life, like I have no desire to get back in the sneaker game, the sneaker business.
Yeah.
I guess the thing you could say I collected the most as a kid was knowledge. You know, I really, you know, took pride in my, especially my sports
much of
knowledge.
that as a kid because of my dad. I didn't get to collect much knowledge as a kid because of.
No, I understand. It's my sports knowledge. I've gone this whole time without wearing the chain. How embarrassing. My sports knowledge, especially like my. my I used to know my NBA players and NFL players like draft knowledge so much, like what pick number they were and in college they all went to. You could rapid fire those on me and I would just know everybody. Now, my old age, not as much anymore, but that's what I collected was sports knowledge.
Interesting. Macie, what did you collect as a kid?
Okay, well, I feel like I didn't even know I existed until like probably I was like 12. But from a sports perspective, you know this, I had boxes upon boxes of signed baseballs from Reds games. I mean, I'm still a diehard Reds fan, so when we won the World Series this year, I don't want anyone saying that I'm a bandwagon. Like, no. I mean, that's always been my thing, is Reds baseball. I've loved it since I was a kid. So I would say, like, I got some really cool baseballs. I don't know where they are now, but also, like, looking back, because though I'm only 20, I think it's still kind of cool that I grew up in the era of paper tickets and, like, being able to have paper tickets from baseball games, because you don't get those anymore. So I think that's cool. Outside of sports, I feel like I was low-key kind of like a bug kid. Like, I would always find stuff outside and, like, collect, like, weird stuff. What did I collect as a kid, Dad? I don't know. Like, what was my thing?
Boy, you were definitely into the baseball thing. Hey, actually, tell you what. Why don't you tell us some of your favorite stories about the baseballs we used to get? Tell them about Creepy Kenny.
Oh, so there was this guy. We named him Creepy Kenny. This is in my head still, because of the trauma, unfortunately. Great American Ballpark. I mean, like, this is like Todd Frazier, Billy Hamilton era. Like, this is like, oh, if you love the Reds, you really gotta love them because they were just terrible, unfortunately. I don't really remember what he looks like. I think he was a little larger.
Yeah.
And
he looked like Newman on Seinfeld. Yeah. He did. He looked like Newman on Seinfeld.
They would be like, they'd have batting practice. All the little kids are lined up like, oh, it's being cute and adorable. I was an ugly kid, so that doesn't include me, but I would always get them, probably because they felt bad for me. But he would commonly stand there and take them from children. I'm pretty sure he end up knocking a girl off. We were at a game, and he was so passionate to get this baseball from batting practice, by the way, not signed, like, no sort of, like, value necessarily besides the fact that it was a practice ball. And he knocked a little girl off the side, like, of the stands. And this is in the outfield. Like, this is in right field. So, I mean, it was like, it was a drop. And I think she died.
She didn't die. But switch.
No, but he actually did knock this girl.
He would bait and switch the balls.
Yeah. Yeah, and he would,
didn't you, it was a little bit like
these days. I really do.
Wasn't it like the Joe Gatto thing with the Mets where, like, a little bit where, on the Practical Jokers, where, like, he would like, get the baseball, and then he would offer the kids another baseball, a baby switch ball.
Yeah.
And I saw that.
Also, as to prove I'm a real Cincy fan, here's, Baby Joe Burrow. So, yes, I am a diehard Cincy fan.
Baby Joe Burrow.
So when we win the World Series
I
and
will
the Super
attest
Bowl
that for you.
Thank you.
I will attest that for you, Macie. I know that you are a diehard Bengals fan. Since the moment I met USA, you would have been were you a junior or a junior? My first year getting to work with your father, and you come in and you were literally just a mini female Scott.
Yeah.
You were a diehard Bengals fan then.
I had him as a teacher, so it really didn't get much.
That's true.
So.
You did. Or I hope someday. I hope someday to have Grayson in school with me in class. And I just want just all his teachers to know someday and his administrators that if he does something, don't call his mom. You call me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because I know, and I just know that he's gonna be a little turd in school. I just know it. Now, how much of a turd? We'll see. Oh gosh. Hey, Macie, just so you know, you are absolutely invited to the 4th of July party this year. I hope to see you there.
Okay, good. I will be there. I will be there.
And you can see Grayson in his
good.
Oh, in his 2-year-old age now. He is a giant turd, but we love him to death, just like your father loves you.
I won't be there.
Why?
Why?
Is it on? Are you actually having it on the 4th of July?
No, we'll just do it the Saturday that Galleon does their fireworks. So whatever day that it's either the Saturday before or the Saturday after.
Regardless, I'm there. Regardless.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'll bring Cosmo.
Macie will drag Amber. I have a gig that day.
Yeah, he has a world tour,
Okay.
so.
See ya.
World tour.
If I had to guess, let me pull up a calendar real quick right here, right in front of me.
You want to get my nail clippers out?
You would think that finding a calendar it would be easy. March.
We've already
April,
shown today
May,
the numbers are hard.
Actually, Saturday is the 4th of July this year. So I would assume that their Galleon's either going to do it that day or they'll do it on like the 11th or something. So falls on the 4th, whatever. Looks like we're not doing a live podcast from the Sabo household.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. We can all look at your fish.
She'll join us.
Exactly. No, we've got it.
Nope.
I'll hold the fort
Picking
down.
up slack. Picking up slack.
All right. Anything else for the good of the order?
Nope, that's pretty good. Good.
No, thanks for having me on.
Macie, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. That you again, my favorite of all the Camerons by a lot. Especially
that's not our competition, except for my mom.
1, 2, 3, big gap. Your dad. So, but he's kind enough to join me every week, and we appreciate him for that.
That's right.
So, hey, go Arizona.
Go Cats.
And then the A. Yep, go. Macie, do you listen to the podcast at all ever?
Yeah, I do sometimes. I don't very often though. I do listen to it sometimes, like when I'm at like if I go to the gym, on a walk. Sometimes if I'm like driving like home and stuff. But besides that,
We are gym music. That is good. Hey, have you ever listened to the ending of this?
No, I haven't.
How we end. Okay.
No, I haven't.
Jamal Williams, Detroit Lions legend. Okay, single season rushing touchdown record for the Detroit Lions. Jamal Williams was given a speech during Hard Knocks a few years ago, and he said, "My favorite quote of all time: If you're gonna piss like a puppy, stay on the porch."
Sit on the porch.
Because if you go piss like a puppy, stay on the porch and let the big dogs eat.